So after you were married, did you live with Grandma and Grandpa Kirk for a little bit?
No, there was a. Well, the picture was in my scrapbook out there. We lived there. It was just across the field from them. We used to go over practically every night and play rook. If Dad got mad at what was going on, he could just go wham on the board and all the cards would go flying and we'd have to start over. He hoped he would win that time.
I remember you all talking about playing.
He
rook,
was
and
honored
I
to
thought
play
there were
cards with.
pictures.
No, I don't think
He just
so.
never would lose. He'd throw them cards.
He must have got over that. I
It
don't
was
remember
funny.
him acting
I bet
that
you
way.
seen him do that too,
No.
didn't you? You
Well,
didn't?
somebody told me Jerry Miles was that way, so he must have inherited that.
I remember Jim Miles throwing the risk board.
Oh, hey.
Oh, well, it was Jerry was playing Monopoly, right? Is that what you
All
said?
that
He
road and
made
the
it bad?
highway was dirt all the way around to her house, and Lawrence always said, well, you got them ruts, you knew where you was going. There wasn't no way getting out of them. Oh, man.
So Dad would come over on weekends, kind of like what they date now.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And did you ask Grandpa Kirk for her hand in marriage, or
I don't think so.
no?
Yeah,
Oh, he
I
didn't like it.
think I did. Yeah, I think I did.
He stayed with us our junior year and senior year, I guess, and drove the school bus. And he used to, of course, then Kenneth had went to the Navy, so Mom transferred her attention to him, but he could irritate the heck out of her. We went blackberry picking one summer and came home with no blackberries. Mom said, "Joe, get any blackberries?" Joe said, "No, but we sure had a lot of fun." I could have slapped him.
Oh, I didn't know this. Oh boy.
He used to tell Mom and Dad their bed springs squeaked at night. He was kind of ornery.
Yeah, but I slept in the west room, you slept in the east, and we never did go in the either room.
Well, Mom would have been right there if we had
Oh, yeah.
If we sat out front too long, the yard light would start going blink, blink, blink.
That's where you learned that trick, huh?
Yeah, probably.
So what was the weather like on the day you got married?
Pretty bad. The lane was drifted shut, and the road up there was drifted shut, and we left the car up at the Hewitt place, and we walked across the field and to get out. So that's how bad we wanted to do it, I guess.
So grandma back then, they didn't, parents didn't have to go, or?
No. Actually, I'm probably not legally married. Mom and Dad didn't sign for
I
it.
was gonna say,
I
Dad,
wasn't 18, and Mom said, "Just sign it and tell them you're 18." So that's what I did.
Now, Grandpa Miles signed for
For him.
him.
Yeah.
What'd he say? Just go on, get out of here?
Who, Grandpa?
Yeah, to him.
Oh no, I don't know.
What'd he say?
What did your dad tell you
No,
about
I
getting
never
married?
said nothing.
Never
He didn't
said-
care.
He loaned us a car to go to the Ozarks to.
When last when you had that many?
I guess I'd got rid of mine and traded for that stove, didn't I?
Yep.
So I didn't have a
That
car
35
then.
Ford you got the picture of out there. He
Mhm.
traded off for a gas stove so he'd have something to cook on.
Didn't you borrow $5 to get married on?
I think it was 50.
50.
We borrowed. We
Back then, that'd been a lot of money.
yeah.
And you did go to the Ozarks?
Yeah.
Wow.
What did I do with the old Model A?
I don't remember. Must have just traded in on the 35,
You reckon?
probably.
That wasn't a very good trade, was it?
So did you own that first house you lived in, or was that rental, or?
We worked for Mr. Hewitt, and that was his. And
Did y'all seen that house we fixed up and lived in? It hadn't been lived in for years, and it was in awful shape. But we got it fixed up pretty good, didn't we?
we had to have. Herbert Messmer lived in it after that.
Yeah, Herb Messmer moved in after we got kicked out.
Kicked out.
So we went
Is
down.
that a story? You were kicked out?
I didn't know we was kicked out.
Okay.
We rented ground and you farmed down at on the Lee Woods place yourself.
Mhm.
He bought a pair of horses from some of his relatives, and those horses had been together all their lives. I mean, from babies up. And when we bought them, he went out one morning to get them, and they wouldn't come up, so he came in, got the shotgun, loaded it with bird shot, and went out and took a pot shot at one of them, and it just dropped dead.
That horse was way off. They just caught him right under there and just fell just like a ton of bricks.
And so we took the other one over to community sale at that Shelbina and sold it. They said that horse were in there tore up the barn over there because it was looking for its mate. So they lived together all their lives.
We bought them from Roy Miles. They'd always been together since little. I don't think Roy appreciated me shooting him.
So if you had to do it all over again, would you do it again?
Yeah, I would. I don't know about him.
Yeah.
He sounds a little doubtful, doesn't he?
Oh, we had a good life.
I think so.
Well, yeah, couldn't have been better.